What's up, tricksters and tricksetters? Welcome to another free VOD review, basically. Today we're reviewing one Jett player. No tracker review, no nothing. Just a free VOD review, very short one. We have a Jett on Icebox. He is a Bronze 1 player, but he started playing Valorant recently. He only played Valorant for a few hours, so I just want to focus on his Jett gameplay on this map, what he can do better, and that's it. Anyways, I am doing private coaching with this guy, and you know, he just started the training and everything, so you know, I'm not gonna go too in depth. Like, he knows what he needs to do. I just wanna see his Icebox gameplay. I know it's a bit low elo, you know, like bronze, silver, like whatever, but those players also need help. Now, Icebox. On a defender side, your number 1 priority is A site, number 2 priority B site, number 3 priority mid area of the map. Generally speaking, on this map, what you really want to be aware of are lurks and flanks through mid, if you don't have any utility covering the mid area of the map. So, generally speaking, like, you know, keep the track of the enemies. Like, do they like to lurk, flank? Keep the track of the numbers on the minimap, like how many enemies you see, how many enemies you hear, stuff like that. You want to start on mid whenever enemies are eco halberd bonus, because chances are much higher that enemies will try to do something here, above 80%. And I mean, that's basically it. Like, the first round, you always play on the A side. You have a lot of different strategies that you can do with Jett, but for this elo, I would just recommend you to do a simple baiting strategy, like that is covered in the playbook. Like, you can get a ghost with a smoke, chill in this position, let the enemies take some space, you know, and when the enemies are like here, taking the ropes, or here, activate the dash ability, take a free kill, dash towards the screens, and play a retake with your teammates, or just play a refray game with your teammates. And that's it. If enemies are B, just rotate through the spawn as fast as possible. You have a dash ability, you have a smoke, everything is fine. Never start on the B side in the first round, because A is a hell of a time for the retake in ranked solo queue, especially in the elos in the ranks in which you're playing right now. Let's see what you do. I don't know why you didn't buy anything this round. Like, you know, please don't forget to do that. Like, that would be a bit embarrassing. Okay, you want to play classic shorty here. I don't know. It's Icebox. You know, this is the only map on which I wouldn't do this type of a strategy in the first round. If you already want to play B in the first round, just get a sheriff. Or get a ghost with a smoke. You know? You can bait the enemies to come a bit forward, activate the dash ability, surprise them with a peek, delete one guy, dash towards the bomb site, and just play retake with, you know, play safe, wait for your teammates to rotate, abuse as many safe angles as possible to maybe get a kill, stay alive, apply the pressure, and play with your allies. I mean, if you already want to do some kind of a classic shorty strategy on B side in the first round, go for the ghost shorty, you know? Like, basically, you can drop a shorty maybe at the back side, maybe like here, you know? Start the round with a ghost, bait the enemies to push you. When the enemies are close, try to get a kill. But I don't know, I wouldn't do this. It's really hard successfully pulling out the shorty play with a Jett in any of these areas of the map. You know, like playing here close with a Bucky, with a Judge, that's fine. Bucky Judge here, Bucky Judge there, like, that's fine. But shorty is really like just your secondary weapon that you sometimes use on this map, and that's it. The only time when I would do classic shorty somewhere is if you're starting on the A set and you think enemies will go A. Around the pipes. Around the pipes you can easily get a kill and just demolish the enemies as they're going through this area of the map. On B side, this is too much of a risk. Too much of a risk. It can work, especially in this elo. Like, I don't say, you know, like, I don't say that it cannot work. It's just that you know, a bit of a snooze fest, like, if enemies drone you, if enemies clear you, like. And also, like, if you want to do this and play this angle, you need to have some escape route, some smoke, something, some support from your teammates, something. I mean, like, here, I can see 2 kills. At least 2 kills should happen. We talked about this, you know? Like, when you're playing shotguns in these areas of the map, especially if you're playing some one-and-done angle where you cannot escape, trigger discipline. Like, wait for your crosshair to be fully on the enemy's body. Here, you could have gotten 2 easy kills, which, once again, is kind of not worth it in this elo. Like, you know, playing first round like this is just a suicide. And a huge gamble. Even if you got 2 kills here, I mean, brother, like, you have no idea who you're playing with and against. You know, this is silver, bronze, gold, iron, like, only God knows what type of players you will get. Even if you get 2 kills and then you die, I mean, even in Immortal, like, only God knows who's gonna win that round. You need to play more reserved. Okay, now, whenever you win the first round of Icebox, in the second round, force the Outlaw with the best shield that you can afford. And just make sure that you have at least 1 smoke with yourself. As soon as the round starts, make 1 footstep and lock in the window. Fully lock in the mid area of the map. And you're simply playing fast rotations between A side, B side, and locking in the mid area of the map. This buy option that you did right now does not exist. Like in the second anti-eco round, you always prioritize good gun, good shield, and then the rest of the money goes into utility. This round we're simply winning based on the gun advantage and based on the team play, nothing else. So basically, like, this is you know, mega risky. Like playing this round without a shield. I mean, you have money for the light shield. You have money for the heavy shield actually here probably. Yeah, like you know, in this round here, you buy the Outlaw, you buy the heavy shield, and 1 smoke. Do you need anything else to win this round? Absolutely not. Like, yeah, literally, you don't. Especially not on Icebox. Second round, always lock in the mid area of the map because chances are much higher that when enemies are eco, halberd, or bonus on the attacker side, that the first contact between your team and enemy team is gonna happen either on mid or B. So what you're doing right now is a huge gamble. Okay, cross replacement. Ooh. Listen, when you're repositioning on the A set of Icebox, you never want to be on the lower ground right here, especially not with the snipers. Your vision will get blocked by enemy smokes, by your teammates' utility as well, and you won't be able to support your teammates like properly and play the proper replay game. Like, you know, first of all, taking this as a first angle, okay. I mean, it's the second anti-eco round. You know, we can just play a bit safer. We don't need to showcase the enemies any crazy off angles or crazy strategies or any aggression. But, you know, if you take this shot and you decide to go down, instantly, you know, updraft, if you have the updraft, try to kill the Reyna there. You know, try to kill the enemies going through the pipes. You know, go for the quick scopes with the dash ability. Or at the end of the day, just get up here so that, you know, you can play with your teammates that are below you. You can see over the enemy smokes, over the enemy's utility, and you can easily support them. Right now, you're just useless. Like, literally, your vision is fully blocked by these godforsaken smokes. And especially with a sniper, I mean, you should not be here.
Reyna hella low.
Don't. Like, if you already know that enemies don't have heavy shields, and you have the Outlaw, don't risk it with a shorty. You know, I love that you're trying to use the shorty here, but in this round, it's mega bad. You know, it's too much of a risk. Why? You have a weapon. You can literally 2-tap 2 enemies in the body and finish this round for your team. Like, why would you be in this position right now? If this was some eco round, half by round, full by round where you have low HP, okay, you know, this is fine. You can try to go and kill this Clove and just with the dash ability and shorty delete her. Otherwise, you know.
105 on the Clove.
Very, very bad positioning from your side.
One down.
Hey, hose clip.
Don't force yourself this much to use the shorty in this second round. Brother, you have Outlaw. Why, you know, you use shorty only when it is necessary. Like when you can get free kills. Or you're low HP, or you don't have a better gun anyways. Like, you have Outlaw, like, literally, with the Peeker's advantage, with the dash ability. Easy kills. Like, okay, you know that Tejo is here. He just dropped down. Like, just activate the dash ability. Take a kill. Reload the weapon. And now, just lock in this cross for your team. And that's it. Why you complicate? You overcomplicated this round so much. Like, so much. For no reason. Now listen, like, you know, in this third round, if your team is not wanna force, and they're actually bonusing, don't force as well. Like, play a bonus round. You know, when you win 2 rounds in a row, third round should be a bonus, where we are saving money for the 4th round. Sage only forced, and ISO, while Gecko and Killjoy have the money for the next round. So this round you should play a bonus. And what should you buy? You know, on a map such as Icebox, you can buy the Outlaw with a Light Shield. Since you already have all of the abilities, with a Marshal, you can just try to go for some quick body shots, you know, deal as much damage as possible to the enemy team. Especially in this elo, you don't need to complicate too much. Like, just as the enemies are engaging you, try to do this. Like, don't even think about the headshots. Like, as the enemies are approaching you, just if you hit 5 body shots on 5 enemies, the round is just over. Literally over. Like, take some safe angles, safe off angles. Try to deal as much damage as possible so that your teammates have easier time killing the enemies and you finishing them off later. But in this next round, like, chances are much higher that enemies will go B or mid, simply because they instantly started doing the A, B, C, D, E, F, G shit. I mean, like, in the first 2 rounds of Icebox, if one round enemies go A, second round they go B, and you win both of these rounds, I mean, vice versa, the third round just gamble on the opposite part of the map. So right now we should play B side, essentially. Like, you know, right now take a Marshal, take an off angle here. We can glide on this position. Since they don't have a Sova, we can just take this angle here, 1 body shot. Jiggle peek, another body shot. With a dash ability, don't dash towards the enemies, another body shot. Then we can get onto the snowman. If enemies are on top of here, another body shot. Jiggle in, jiggle out, like, just 3 kills for you. Free ADR. You're not playing like in Radiant, so, you know, these guys are... This buy option never exists for you. Like, remember that when it comes to playing Stinger, you never want to force the Stinger without a light shield, regen shield, or heavy shield. It's just mega useless, you know? If you want to play some kind of a weapon without any shields, Sheriff is okay, Bucky is okay, Short is okay, Marshal is okay. But Stinger like that doesn't exist in your economy ever. Like, where you just play like around with a Stinger, full glass cannon. That's stupid. You know, these 1, 2, 3, 4 weapons can get you some instant kills, but Stinger, you know, most of your fights are gonna last a bit longer. You need some kind of a shield to win them. And on a map such as Icebox, like, I mean, if you already want to force something without the shield, like, it's either a Sheriff or a Marshal. This round you should be playing on the B side, and I explained why. Duster, that's a waste of money. Like, buying a light shield with a classic pistol in ranked solo queue without utility is literally always a waste of money. Like, it's better if you try to get some kind of a gun with which you can maybe one-tap the enemies and maybe get some kills. Now, since you're playing Stinger, we need to rotate through the kitchen and basically try to close the gap with the enemies as best as we can. Like, we cannot rotate through the spawn. We just want to run towards that wall and towards the sage. And with the smoke and dash, close the gap with the enemies. Try to trade ourselves for as many kills as possible, and that's it.
Spike down B.
Reloading.
Spike down B.
Slow down. Relax. Yes, we want to close the gap with the enemies, and our job, you know, I was telling you that in these type of rounds, you want to play like a kamikaze. But you always adapt your playstyle based on the numbers and based on what your teammates are doing. Even though this is an hull by bonus round, it's 3v2 now. You just relax. You know, you can pick a Vandal or Phantom from your dead teammates that forced, or from the enemies, and now you just play a refray game. Why would you do anything crazy? Like, consistently, like, in Valorant, like, the main thing you want to do, consistently, is adapting your playstyle, aggression, and passiveness based on what your teammates are doing and based on the numbers and economy. Like, right now, doing this play, there's no reason to do it, essentially. Like, even if you had a short or a classic pistol, still, you know, your teammates have the full control of the yellow. Take the gun behind the yellow, and just fight with your allies. Okay, so enemies are fully in the A, B, C, D, E, F, G motion. So this round, we can start on A. But you can also play mid. Why? Because enemies are eco once again. Eco hull by force, but I really don't know what the fuck are they gonna buy. Or at least there should be. Let me just see if you press the tab.
I'm not sure you even need a healer. Can someone get this?
Well, I guess we will never... Oh? Yeah, they didn't have money. We talked about this already. Like, if you see that 3 or more enemies have less than 3,800 credits and their teammates cannot buy the weapons for them, force the outlaw. Immediately. In this round, once again, you should be playing outlaw with a heavy shield, utility, and a shorty. And that's it. And once again, we can just lock in the mid. Through the window. Because enemies didn't see us playing there. We can just lock in the mid, play fast rotations, and that's it. Enemies are going A, no problem, like, we're immediately there to support the gecko. We can updraft right here. Try to kill enemy's belt. Here, there. If the gecko is pushing, we can aggress the enemies together with him and with a dash ability and try to support him.
Can someone get this? Thank you.
No chill, bro. Stream, market stream, bro. This angle here never hold it statically like this, unless you have Outlaw or Operator. Usually the best spot where you can play is this off angle here when you're holding the mid. Usually it doesn't get cleared with a proper crosshair placement, especially as you go lower in ranks. Everyone is clearing this position, usually like this, you know, and they instantly switch their crosshair down for this spot. No one is gonna pre-aim all the way up there. How's the grind going, Papito? Amazing. Really fucking good. You know, here, if you had the Outlaw, we can actually get some, you know, free kills. Okay, not bad. Using the ADS on this angle, absolutely fine. It's more of a medium range to long range fight, so good usage of the ADS.
Be faster.
Now listen, like, if you're playing Jett, right now you can also take a second fight as well. If you know where are the enemies and what are they doing. As long as you have your dash ability and you use it. Like, it is totally fine, especially when the enemies are in some kind of an external area of the map, like short, mid, market, some shit like that. You can use a dash ability to potentially try to get one more kill. And then just focus on the team play game, you know, refrag potential and stuff like that.
Enemy killed.
Good usage of a dash ability, I like that a lot.
One enemy remaining.
3. My ult.
Peeking this slow was mega dangerous because, you know, okay, this is a bit more of a low elo, so you're not gonna get punished, but if you kill the enemy Reyna here, you know, you announced yourself to the enemy team. Okay, it is pointless walking at that moment of time and going for a slow peek in an angle perception disadvantage. Like, you have a dash ability, you know? You can just swing this out and just dash away and abuse the peeker's advantage fully. Or jump spot the enemies and now just delete that enemy with a one tap.
It's ready.
Solid round, decent positioning, very nice. Could have been better, of course. Now in this one we have a problem. Like, enemies went mid in the last round, so chances are kind of 50-50 that they are gonna go either A or B. But since you already have like a Killjoy on B site and Ace your default site, in this one we can just gamble and play on A site, and you should be playing on A site. You know, on A site you have like enormous amount of strategies that you can do with the Jett, like an enormous amount of off angles, spots that you can play. Like this position here you can play in 3 different ways. You can play all the way to the left, you can play tight angle, you can hide and then surprise the enemies with a peek. You can, you know, play a hiding strategy here, hold this belt. If your teammates want to push a bit more aggro, okay, we can just... Oh, my mouse died. That's fun. We can also, like... we can also push with them, you know, like, and be aggressive since you have the updrift and a dash ability. So essentially, you know, what you can do is stand here as soon as the round starts, jump, take the ropes, and just... Mouse, are we gonna cooperate today? Huh? And then, you know, just jump up here and take a fight, for an example, with your teammates. Also, as soon as the round starts, you can just updrift. Well, I guess I need to charge my mouse a bit. What the fuck, bro? Technical problems again, man. Oh, what the hell? Just a moment. Okay. So basically, like, you know, as soon as the round starts, you can activate a dash ability, use the updraft, get onto this spot, delete one enemy, get on the pipes, maybe try to delete one more enemy, then fall back. Like, you can play from the 410 generator and just from the 410 try to kill enemy's belt, drop down, maybe use a headshot angle, kill one more guy. Enemies are pushing close, use a dash ability, you know, kill that dude. Updraft at the backside, take this off. It's, you know, a set of Icebox is really just abusing off angles, tight angles, safe angles as much as you can, surprising enemies from these positions and never letting them know where the fuck are you next. So yeah, let's see what you're gonna do. First of all, Ares doesn't exist for you as a gun. Second of all, what did you pick Ares like? The fuck is going on here? This pipes area of the map, you never want to play here. Literally never. It's the worst area of the map where you can position yourself. And especially when you have a long-range weapon such as your ultimate, you don't want to take this fight. You know, in this area of the map, you want to play more with the short-range weapons. Judge Bucky, Shorty, Stinger. You know, trying to annihilate the enemies with that medium and short-range weapon. But playing here with the ultimate is just... You're not using this weapon in the most optimal way. Not at all.
Enemy spotted.
You know, why would you be here? Like, when you're fighting with the Jett's ultimate, you want to take the longest range possible to take the fight with the enemies. Especially, you know, as you go lower in ranks, you want the range to be as high, as long as possible between you and the enemies. Because, you don't even need to go for the headshots. Especially not in this elo and this rank. Like, you can just, you know, if you're fighting an enemy, let's say, that is yellow, you can just move around, glide, go for 3 quick body shots, delete one guy, delete the other guy. Why the fuck would you be here with the ultimate? Okay, good gamble. Good gamble in this round playing B side. Thumbs up. But already you can buy the operator. You know, Icebox is one of those maps that with Jett, you want to get the op as soon as possible. There was no reason to buy the operator in the first 5 rounds because we had the ultimate, enemies had low economy, we could have forced the outlaw. It was okay, you know, following the advices that I gave you based on economy management, based on how the previous 5 rounds went. But this is the round where you can force the operator. But once again, like, I mean, as long as enemies have mismanaged the economy and they don't have money to buy the heavy shields,
Everyone note
just force the outlaw.
down your observations, then let's run it again.
Yeah, this is once again like outlaw round. But, you know, of course you can just get a op as well. It doesn't matter. Okay. Listen, like, when you position on top of the yellow, like, just make sure that you're not visible from, you know, this and this position at the same moment of time. Like, you want to isolate only one spot, hold this, and then we can check this. Or vice versa. It doesn't really matter, like, that much. We can hold this, try to kill enemies there. I really don't know what are you holding there, like? Why are you holding the edge of the wall?
Go ahead, stand your ground.
Okay, so this is the first round where we misread the enemies. And yes, like, you know, since your ISO pushed the mid, we have the full mid control. We can just rotate faster the spawn without any second thoughts, and let's help our gecko. How is it going? Well, nothing, I just want to unalive myself. You?
Here.
Gecko's
Spike down A.
114 on the clove.
Spike planted.
Listen, whenever your ISO uses the ultimate in this type of retakes and equal number scenarios, like try to like pressure the enemies more, because even if the ISO dies in his ultimate, you can maybe kill the enemy that fought that ISO. And usually in your rank, like, these ISO ultimates last a few seconds longer than in high elo lobbies. So, you know, right now, what we can do is just speed up this retake a bit more. Like, let's run towards the screens with the dash ability. And, you know, if we don't see anyone and we find the body of the enemy that is picked up, we can just take an easy kill. You see, this ISO ultimate lasted an eternity. I mean, this is an eternity, like, compared to other lobbies.
Oh, that was so close.
Ooh, we need to support our teammates. Okay.
Down.
Dash ability.
One enemy remaining.
Very good. Very good, very good. Actually, really fucking good. Ending of the round. Solid ending of the round.
From the
Okay, so chances that enemies are gonna push the same side 2 times in a row. Very low. Once again, we can gamble on either mid or B. Since you have Killjoy locking in mid area of the map, we can just do a full-on B gamble and try to fuck up the enemies here. But once again, you know, it's a good idea for you to drop this Vandal to one of your teammates, and then you play the Operator, basically. You know, why not? Or Outlaw, depending on the enemy's economy.
I must stop their Reina.
The hunt begins.
I don't know what you're holding a wall here, by the way. Like, just you know.
Oh, Lord, they're coming.
Barrier created.
Listen, man. Like, even though you have a Sage wall here, enemies can peek you from top of the gray box. So, you know, you need to be aware of that. Also, I don't know why are you holding yellow when you heard that enemies didn't cross yellow yet. Like, when you drop down here. Also, another mistake that you made is, like, if you have a teammate that is already fighting around the yellow, you cannot pull yourself back onto the bomb site. It's just stupid. Why would you do that? You know, God knows what this Sage is gonna do. Only God knows what. Maybe she swings this fight. How are you gonna support her? You know, like, if you use this angle. But by the way, like, if you're holding this position, just hold it from here, like this, a bit wider. Aim a bit wider as well, and try to kill the enemies there. If you don't see any enemies there, like, you can just check that spot and then drop down. You could have just played here, you know? And then when the Sage walls off, you can just play on her contact, use the dash ability, and on timing, and on the Sage distraction, you take a free kill.
Oh, Lord, they're coming.
Barrier created. Placing swarm grenade.
Spike down B.
Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Also, like, listen, you know, I don't know where are we running right now. Like, your teammates are close to the enemies. They're ready to fight them. We have a wall as a cover. Okay, you got scanned by the Tejos drone. Just come a bit closer. And we still need to play this refray game with Killjoy and Gecko. Plus, our ISO is pinching the enemies from behind. But let's use that ISO somehow.
Spike down B.
Bomb grenade out.
You know, when you have a teammate like ISO, you need to realize that he is applying an enormous amount of pressure onto the enemy team. Enormous. Like, they consistently need to think about him. Half of the enemy team is gonna focus on him. And you want to use that pressure to just make the sandwich out of the enemies. Because if he dies for nothing, then enemies can just rotate A. And that's it. Or, you know, even worse, like, then we're just fighting 3 versus 3, you know, clean fights.
Someone's there.
And we lost advantage.
Got one.
You had your fun. My turn.
You need to adapt your positioning based on what your teammates are doing. I know that what Killjoy is doing right now is stupid. Like, you should never do this shit. But if your teammate wants to do this in a 2v3, 2v2, you are forced to do it as well. Because if Killjoy dies, you're 1 versus 3. And, yeah. You know, God helps you win that round.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Maybe it will help.
I didn't see Tejo. I only got those two.
Listen, in a 1v1, fuck the map control completely. Fuck the spike control. Just gamble your positioning on the bomb site where you think this guy is gonna end up with the spike, or just play somewhere in the middle. You know, your main job in this type of a scenario is to isolate as many angles as possible from which Tejo can kill you on timing. So you just want to be holding one angle, and that's it. So right now, playing on the site, suicide. Playing in the screens, a bit of a suicide as well. Like, the best position you can take right now is walking up into the kitchen and just gambling like this. And occasionally, you can check your back if he maybe use the ropes. Because chances that guy is gonna use the ropes and plant the spike here or get into kitchen is like below 5%. Also, we can simply gamble on a spot such as this one and occasionally just check left and right, and that's it. You know, you also need to realize that he is under a lot of pressure. He doesn't know where you are, where you're coming from, and how close you are to a specific spot.
Does the
Not bad.
clove come back with shield? Like after she dies and regenerates? I hit her for fucking 111.
NA lobbies.
KJ, how old are you?
40.
You guys hear?
In this next round, playing on the A side, totally fine. You know, as long as the enemies are predictable, we know where they're gonna go and what they're gonna do.
And regenerates. I hit
Just follow that
her
pattern.
for fucking 111. How did she not? I'm so
KJ, how old are you?
40.
Do you have kids?
Wait, are you dead ass on the fort?
Yeah, dude.
You guys hear me?
Dead ass on God. Yeah.
Okay, listen, like, same as you do on B side, on A side as well. Don't position in such a boring way. Like with Jett, you can hold so many good angles, so many good off angles. Like, just take a look at the Jett rank playbook on Discord and try to abuse all of the angles and off angles that I mentioned in that playbook.
Yes, we hear you.
Like, you know, you're losing an opportunity to already kill an enemy. Like, why would this be your starting spot? Or the starting angle where you're trying to get a kill? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, they saw you for your sneaking around.
You're playing way too passive on A side. You need to fix this. Like there needs to be some level of aggression from you and some level of pressure. Oh, my neck hurts so much, man.
That Jett is just all up over the mid.
Also try to avoid this lower ground as much as you can if you already have teammates on the bomb site or around the bomb site ready to fight with you.
Placing swarm.
Spike down A.
Enemy spotted. A.
Last player standing.
75 on the Jett.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Dash ability, dash away! Basically, okay, first of all, when you end up rather like... my neck is gonna fall apart. So basically here, yeah, you know, playing here in the smoke, fine, whatever. Switching to the gun and killing that dude, good, whatever. When you end up in this 1v1, you have smokes. You have a dash ability. You can play with a mind with this guy and try to outplay this stupid club. You know? Like a lot of the times in this type of 1v1, if the enemy is giving you the chance to do this, what you can do is like a fake dash, making the cloth think that you reposition. Like, you know, use the smoke, use the dash, do this, and most of the times they're gonna think that you flew away. And you can try to fuck her up. Or, just give yourself time to think. With your crosshair, with how you want to engage the guy. Like, you know, don't immediately swing out without the dash ability activated. And especially don't play around the cover that is spammable if you're already half HP. Like, just, you know, give yourself some time with the smoke to activate the dash ability. And now, you know, take a fight. And you can just play a cat and mouse game, like, at this point, because as long as the spike is not planted, Clove is the one that is under the pressure. Like, it's not you.
Enemy remaining. Spike down A.
And especially in this type of 1v1s. Like, don't engage the guy from the angle where you dashed at that moment. You know, you can try to be a bit more creative in these 1v1s and just, you know, misdirect enemies with your utility. Like, for example, you can just, you know, okay, we dashed away here. We can maybe use a smoke here, make the cloth think that you went towards the belt. You know, towards the pipes, sorry. Then you can hold this angle and wait to see what's gonna happen. She might push you, she might still go A, she might go B, no problem. But this is better gamble than instantly taking the fight from the same spot or even pushing her in any way. If she decides to plant the spike on A, she's gonna give out her position. You know exactly where the fuck she is. She is fully pressured, she doesn't know where the hell you're gonna engage her. And just pick some angle like that you think is the most unexpected at that moment of time.
Good try, man.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double.
This angle, why? You know? Like, why would you play here? Like, it's way too overexposed. You can easily get flashed, easily get fucked by the enemy's recon utility. Like, this spot here, you can also abuse in 2, 3, 4 different ways. Like, you know, one time you can hold this angle, try to kill enemies there. Then you can hide from the enemies, and then try to surprise them with a peek. Then you can play here, hold the enemies there, but be ready to flick right as well. Like, and then drop down with a knife, activate the dash ability, take another kill. Then what you can do is you can, as soon as the round starts, take this type of an angle and try to kill enemies here and here. Then use the dash ability. Try to delete one more enemy. Then you can use the updrift. Try to delete one more enemy. And if you think it's way too dangerous to continue fighting, especially if you get a kill, I mean, that's it. Like, your job is done.
Why do
This angle is mega dangerous. It's full on 50-50. You don't have a single teammate that is supporting you. You don't know when enemies are gonna peek you. And there's no reason for this to be your starting angle and starting position. Literally no reason. Especially when the enemies are so bad. Is playing on the B side now
Not
good?
for long.
It's fine. Fine gamble.
you
It's
and I
okay.
should make him leave yet, boss?
Bro, this killjoy is so annoying, man.
Placing sentry.
Very good that you briefly checked the mid area of the map. Like, you don't know how many enemies are pushing A. You don't know what's happening on mid and A side. So, very good. But you should also check the tube as well a bit. Who is the best operator player in Valorant? Nobody, literally. Like, there's no best player in Valorant, like, in any category, essentially, like, because metas always shift. Players are mega inconsistent. Like, it's impossible to create a prodigy or a dynasty in this game. You have a group of best players, like, you know, top 5, top 10. Yeah, look at CNED. So you want to say that CNED is the best operator player in Valorant? I mean, he's good. Like, he is definitely in top 10, like top 5 maybe. He's stuck now. Okay. Ain't it Horcus? I mean, Horcus is good, but the thing is, there's a lot of ranked demons and pro players that are on the same level, like, you know? Horcus is good, of course. Like, Horcus is, like, I would also say top 10, like, without any doubts. But can you say that Horcus is better than CNED, or CNED is better than Horcus, or like, I don't know, like, who else is, but there's a lot of, you know, good players, like. Is Horcus best on Chamber as a content creator? Yes, like, if I was, but the problem is, like, he has a playstyle that is impossible to be replicated by an average player. Impossible. Because he will take the fights and angles that 99% of players are not able to take. And no matter how much you practice, you know, you don't know if you can get on that level and play in that same way. The Chamber, the way how he plays Chamber is like very dangerous for an average player. Very risky. Because not everyone can have that level of reaction time and static aim. Why don't best players be in VCT? What? By the way, in this round, I love that you held the mid a bit more. There was no reason to rotate. Your teammates had a full ASA control, like, so this is fine. Good kill as well. There is a window in the tube. You know, like, for example, whenever you're rotating from B side to A side, if you're rotating through the CT, you generally want to rotate a bit wider. Check the window. Check this. And that's it. Like, that's where the guy is shooting you right now from.
Spike planted.
I would say one of the best in EMEA is generally Cuba FPS. He literally has Techno on 100% volume while playing in Radiant level. I just don't... I don't know how these people can have, like, I know how, like. Like top 1 Radiant, if you're top 1 Radiant, that means nothing for a team environment. Literally nothing. Maybe you're just a great solo player, but the team play is completely different from ranked. Like you need to have good communication, good mentality, very good agent pool that you can use as well. You need to do a lot of the stuff good. Yo, Femix, thank you for the Prime, and Robo, thank you as well, man. Muchas gracias.
Last player standing.
I don't know, here, like, you should have tried killing this guy in the window. You know, you're in the numbers disadvantage. We need to make something happen. We cannot just rumble around like this mid-area of the map and do nothing. I'll exit the playbook, join my Discord server, connect your like Discord account with a Twitch account, and you will get the automatic roll that will unlock those rooms. How do you think Kanzdera is? I think that Cancer guy is the only in the Envy that has a chance to go in tier 1 VCT. Him and Poppin right now. Ion maybe in the future, a bit later. And Exter and Inspire, I don't know. Like, I mean, they're good players, obviously, like that are, but we'll see. I think that Cancer guy and Poppin are gonna get signed to some tier 1 team 100%. In a year from now. They're really good. I mean, to be honest, like in this round, you really listen. Like, if you have Operator, but you also have the Ultimate, and you have a strong economy, and you're in this type of a scenario where you're scared to take the space. You're scared to take the space because you have the op. Activate the ultimate. It's okay. I told you, like, you want to use your ultimate exactly for these type of scenarios. Like where, you know, you need to play with your team. You need to speed up the retakes. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. Like here, you wasted so much time clearing these angles. Your teammates are already closing in with the enemies. We're playing 1v3, 1v3, 1v3. We need to connect with someone. We need to speed up this process. You don't have time to do all of this. And with AWP, like, playing this retake is, you know, really fucking hard because enemies can be up, down, left, right, like, so many angles that we need to clear.
Get a pic.
Inspire is the only Envy player who was pro before joining Envy. I know, but there is a reason why he was not a pro for the last 4 years. If you have open or mid at 50 seconds, it is something wrong because you should be on side. Do you agree? Like, depends in which rank you play. Depends in which rank you play. Ultimate. Extend the range. You don't need to fight this type of a fight. Why would you be here? You know, Tejo can also drone you, fuck you up and all that shit. Like, get up on these yellow boxes. Like, you know, majority of off angles in Valorant, also the common positions, you can abuse in 3, 4, 5 different ways. Like, you know, this spot, we can just hide. Bait the enemies a bit, make them think that no one is up here, and then bab up. Activate dash ability. Bab up. Like, if you use one angle, one time, you can probably use it like 2 more times in a different way to actually outplay the enemies and misdirect them in a specific direction. Also here, like, you know, angle perception advantage, all of that stuff. Like, to be honest, you know, if you want to fight enemies here, generally speaking, you just want to hide because, I don't know, like, this spot Usually gets pre-fired. Enemies are gonna jump spot it. Wait for the enemies to start moving in. Activate the dash ability and then bam. Bam. Try to get a kill. Dash away. From the back of the yellow you can try to updraft. Try to get more kills. And just reposition back towards the site. Is there a point in life of every individual when he/she cannot improve aim anymore? Absolutely, bro. Like, I mean, that depends on your age, body, and health, essentially. And everyone is different. Like, there are some players that, you know, mechanically is the end for them even when they're like 24, 23. Some players that, you know, 35, 40, like, it depends. Like, on genetics and generally, like, on... It's... Everyone is different, you know? Oh, bro. My neck hurts so much, bro. Why would you do this? Like... On Icebox, you need to focus on much better team play and team play support. Like, why would you fly instead of the enemy's anal cavity? If you have ISO that is behind the enemies, you have Gecko on the right side, and Sage is rotating. Relax, you know, just relax. Yes, I know we don't have a controller to stop the enemy's push or something like that, but as long as we fight together, we win this together. It's easy. Here you can, you know, path towards the Gecko, get behind the yellow, and if Gecko wanna fight from the right side, okay, now we can updraft with a crouch and just do this, bop bop. Try to get a headshot angle to delete the enemies there. Then we can maybe fake a rotation, maybe not. Depends, you know, how that fight goes, but... Just flying into 3 enemies alone. 4 enemies, 5. But maybe not the best idea. Bolster improved his aim heavily just recently. Okay.
Plant.
I will.
In this one I'm playing A. It's fine. It's really fine. But once again, like, I don't know, like, you're positioning on the defender side of A side. Mega boring, you're only using 2 angles, man. And on the A side, you have so many good aggressive plays, so many good passive angles, so many good off angles, common angles, like... Why do you need to play this spot? And on the pipes 24/7? Like, are those the only 2 positions that exist on the A side? And also, this is the crosshair placement for the Mickey Mouse. Like, this is approximately, you know, this line here is approximately where is the enemy's body and where you should be aiming right now.
Turrets destroyed.
No, man, I'm losing my voice, literally. Like I've done, like, 16 hours of coaching in 2 days. I cannot speak anymore, man. Okay.
Found them. Bomb grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Do you think talent matters so much in video games or not really? Well, listen here. Like, hard work will always beat talent. Always. But hard work and talent will always beat hard work. You know? So, you can go pro even if you're not talented. Like, but you cannot expect that you're gonna be the, you know, the next VCT champion. essentially. You know, pro player is also a tier 2 player, tier 3 player, like any player that is earning any money, like. So I don't know, it's very vague type of word. Anyways, your chances of being a tier 1 pro in any video game is... You have lower chances than becoming a professional football player. You have lower chances of becoming a pro player in video games rather than becoming a pro football player. Fix your early positioning on the A side, period. Come on, some diversity, man, like some aggression, something. By the way, this angle you cannot hold with this double zoom. If there is a chance that enemies can be below you, below the pipes. You don't do this, and enemies can be like below you here. Even with a 1x scope, I mean, like if you're left alone here, your best bet is to fidget around a bit, you know, search for the enemies, and then when you see the enemies, dash ability, demolish them, and that's it. But to be honest, like whenever you and your teammates leave this area of the map open, and all of your teammates abandon the A site, this is usually the best spot you can take alone. Like every other position is mega dangerous. Enemies can wrap you based on timing, based on luck, based on a lot of fucking factors. So nothing else is worth playing if you're left alone on the A site. And you lost the info.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Spike down A.
Spike spotted A.
It's all you, little homie. Healer down. Your duty is not over. Eliminated.
Oh, is Reyna behind us? Okay, this is one of those rounds. It's okay, man. I have no idea how Reyna is behind us because Izo was AFK.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Ah, she went through the kitchen, bro. And this is a bit unlucky, to be honest. Like, I don't know, like, you know, based on the minimap, I would also think like that. There's no fucking way that Reyna can also be behind me, like. But the killjoy went through mid, bro, like. You need to have much better early positioning on the A side, on the defender side. You're giving a lot of the space to the enemy team, and you're giving a lot of away a lot of the angles on which you can just delete the enemies essentially with a Jett. You know, like these early aggro angles, early aggro peaks. This spot here, like, you know, this spot here is usually your secondary spot in a lot of fights that you take on the A side. Very rarely this should be your first position that you play, because there's so many other better early angles to just demolish the enemies and take the free kills. Other than that, you know, those are kind of like the basics of Icebox on the defender side. Watch the rank playbook, and now let's see what you're doing on the attack. That's gonna be a shit show up probably. Okay, now we're on the attacker side of Icebox. TLDR. A site, number 1 priority. B site, number 2 priority. Mid, number 3 priority. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, especially when you're playing in low elo, just tell your teammates to go off 5-man A or 5-man B. Like, avoid having anyone in the mid area of the map as much as you can. If you have a COV type of controller, such as Clove, for an example, you can always tell the Clove to use this type of a smoke in mid, like a tri-lane smoke, just to apply additional pressure onto the enemies. Especially if you're going A, like the only smoke that we need is this one. Nothing else matters in these lobbies. Overall, since you don't have a controller at all, like pushing B site in this matchup is a bit of a hell of a time. A bit of a hell of a time. A bit of a this, a bit of a that. So, with this team composition, I wouldn't even try going B in the first 3 rounds. Like 3 rounds, fireman push on A. Let's clear the angles. Let's path properly, together with our teammates. Let's go over the belt, over the pipes, over the 410 generator, and let's try to do something. I mean, on a good side note, you have Sage Slow Orbs, you know? Or you have additional Sentinel, like, but that's not gonna help us on attack that much. So, you have 3 options. Ghost with a smoke or Sheriff. If you get Ghost with a smoke or Sheriff, you can instantly activate a dash ability and just search for a fight. Just make sure that you have a proper crosshair placement for all of these angles that I'm showcasing you right now. And essentially, like, you can just take the belt, get on this position, and from this spot wait for your teammates and execute the site together with them. Option number 2, I mean 3, whatever, like classic light shield, 2 smokes. You go from the belt, drop down, check this angle, get up, check that position, and now together with your teammates, let's execute the A site. Once again, your goal is to get on the 410 generator as your teammates are moving in, and to path together with them above them. You're playing in North America. Like, from my experience, when it comes to coaching players from NA, even bronze players and silver players, they speak. They're just lost. You know, they're just lost. They don't know what to do. And 50% of times they're gonna listen to you, which is good enough. Like in Europe, they're not gonna listen to you even 10% of the times. So you can try, you know, try to navigate your teammates just a bit. Like, you don't need to be an IGL. You don't need to tell them exactly, like, you know, ISO, give me this 90-degree uppercut, Sage, you know, use this, like, fuck that shit. Just tell them, hey guys, let's do a fireman push on A. On this map anyways, the most important things are what? Crosshair placement, pathing, how we take the fights, where we take the fights, and the pacing with our team. Nothing else matters. Now let's see what the fuck is gonna go.
Here. We got this.
I created my Twitch account in 2020 just to follow you. Ay. The only time my team has talk is when they tell me to take care of myself. Understandable. Listen, now, here, you can take this fight, even without the dash ability. But if you're taking this fight from the belt, without the dash ability, always try. I mean, there's nothing to try, but what you need to do is ride this angle right here. Like, try to practice moving on the edge of this position. So if you take some kind of a fight that is not working in your favor, maybe 3 enemies are staring at you, fully scoped in, you just knife out, circle down, give the enemies your anal cavity, and we go again. Or you can just abort the mission and play with your teammates. Just keep in mind that at these ranks, usually you will have 2 types of teammates. Teammates that are hyper-aggressive, or teammates that are hyper-passive. Like, if you notice from the first round that your teammates just want to press the W key, be ready to support them. Be ready to run with them. Like, you don't have time to do this if your ISO is just doing this. I mean, there's just no time for that. You will never be fast enough to support that guy. So if your teammates are just pressing W key, go through the belt, drop down, check this spot, get on the pipes, and, you know, move in with your allies. Also, when you don't have a controller in your team comp, it would be really good if you think about, you know, acting as one. Obviously, your smokes don't last that long, but still, it can be valuable as you're taking the space to cut off certain positions from which enemies can kill you, or from which enemies can kill your teammates. You look good today. Mati Jeben. I don't know Polish at all, bro, like. But thank you. You as well.
Someone's there.
Lock in sight. Enemy spotted.
Okay, this is a semi-mistake that a lot of the players make on Icebox when they're playing Jett. So here, okay, your crosshair placement, 0 points, like 0 points. Basically, you know, you need to clear first the rafters. Be aware that enemies can be down. Headshot, be aware that enemies can be up. Then window, off angle, pipes, off angle, off angle, off angle. Then we go forward. Practice this cross replacement in a custom server. Do it like 10, 20, 30 times. You'll just get it on the autopilot mode. Now, smoke dash on 410 generator. Absolutely stupid. Like when you're getting on top of the 410, you don't need a dash. You should use the dash from the 410 generator to fight the enemies. Because once you end up here, yes, you're fully exposed, but it is necessary for someone to be here because you can actually contest enemies in every single fight that your teammates take. Anyways, like, you should never end up on the 410 generator before your allies reach this position or this position. Like, how do you get on 410? You can use a smoke on the edge here. That's it. You know, activate the dash ability, use a smoke, and now use this as a cover. Check the enemies on the right side, check if someone is on top of the screens, and now we make a decision. If your teammates are crossing this line and they're moving forward and no one is here, take the ropes, detach yourself to drop on the box and clear this angle. So this angle you're generally clearing like this. Like you're just doing a slide towards that enemy, and then we get up and we're ready to fight with our teammates. So the whole process, you know, the whole pathing that you want to follow like 80% of times is like activating a dash, doing this, getting here, checking these spots, checking that spot. Aha, my teammates are moving in. Check that angle, move in. Or if you want to go through the pipes, you know, same shit, apparently.
Someone's there.
But I'm telling you, like, if your teammates really like to just press the W key and they're just running in, don't even go from the belt. It's just useless. Like, you know, you see where Iso is and where Gecko is. Like, they're way too ahead of you, and they can die easily. As I said, this is just a waste of abilities. I love how Gecko flashed the flashed the clove up there. Nobody realized that.
Someone's there.
What rank are you reviewing right now? The guy just started playing the game basically. Anyways, like one of the first things that you wanna check when you get on 410 is this angle. One of the, like, you know, you wanna check this. Okay, no one is peeking me. Quickly check this, and then focus on the minimap and on your surroundings. To be honest, like, winning this is quite highly unlikely, but
Last player standing.
yeah. Okay. It's fine. Now, listen, if you already want to force some weapon on the attacker side of Icebox, Sorry, chat. I heard someone opening the doors, and I'm kind of living alone. So if the stream abruptly ends, call the police. So basically, if you already want to force some kind of a weapon on this map, in these rounds where you don't buy the abilities, where you don't buy the, you know, shields, just get the Marshal, you know? Like, Marshal is an amazing weapon on this map because, like, you can go for a lot of body shots, deal enormous amount of damage. Even if you don't get any headshots or any kills, there's a huge chance that you can bring down, like, 2-3 enemies down to 50 HP. That your teammates can maybe use to kill them and finish them off. Or maybe you can kill them, like, as well. Like, I don't know. Like, just on Breeze, Icebox, and Abyss, forcing a Sheriff is a bit of a gamble. Because if enemies have heavy shields, there's a lot of the fights. But a lot of the fights where you're not gonna insta-kill the enemy with a headshot. Like, a lot of the fights above 30 meters. So, what you can do in the second round, if you win the first round, is maybe chill on this off angle, see if anyone is gonna peek bottom mid, go for one body shot or a leg shot, and then we can try to finish off that enemy with a second fight. And, you know, the best idea once again is to go A in this round. Because, like, we don't have a smokes. Like, I don't know, pushing B with the team composition that you have, that's gonna be hell of a time, to be fair. Especially here, like, forcing Marshal and waiting for someone to peek you on mid is a really, generally speaking, like, one of the main mistakes that people make in ranked solo queue that you can abuse on Icebox. Like, this will give you free kills, always. When enemies win the first round, and you're playing the second round, 90% of times, enemies will have some mental disability of a player that is gonna peek under the tube, push mid, or push the tube. 90% of times. So if your teammates already want to fight around mid in the second eco round, force the Marshal, hold the mid, and that's it. Like, just wait. It's okay, we can play default, we can play a bit slower. Anyways, like, you know, the reason why you're using all of the patterns that we talked about is to be more unpredictable. But anyways, like, when you're playing an eco round, you can also use it as an experiment. You know, you can just, like, see how the enemies play, how they position their utility, how they're gonna respond to our mid-aggression, etc, etc.
Enemy spotted mid.
It's Killjoy from yesterday. Crosshair placement, potato. It cannot look like this. Just watch my... In the Jett rank playbook, I have fully explained the best and most optimal way to clear all of these positions. From belt.
Here.
I don't know. Like, I mean, in this eco round, if you already have, like, 2 or 3 teammates that want to go mid, go with them. You know, they're gonna get in a fight 100%. You don't need to be the first one fighting the enemies. You can just bait them a bit, trade them. Anyways, you know, like, these guys don't know any better. And we can make something work. But fully spreading across the map in an eco round, that is the worst thing you can do. You know? Like, basically, one guy is AFK in the spawn, 2 people mid, you're taking space alone, Gecko doesn't know what the fuck game he's playing. Like, that is the worst thing that happened to you. Because, like, winning 1v1 fights in this eco round is just highly unlikely. For a player like you. And for the teammates like these. So this strategy usually in eco rounds is just balonies. Mouse! G-Wolves HTX 4K, don't bite. Don't bite. I'm switching to a new mouse soon. I don't really know what to buy. I was thinking maybe getting X-Lite Crazy Light. Because I never really tested any ergo mice for myself. Except the Death Feather, which was huge.
Wingman's gonna plant spike. Spike's ticking. Thanks, little man.
Listen, like, remember one thing. Remember one thing. Like, why not super light? You mean super light Dex or super light B2? Oh, okay. Remember one thing. Like, in these low elos, like iron, bronze, silver, like that's like a super low elo. Expect always the unexpected. Like, expect people to always play dumb, to do unexplainable things, and as you're taking in space like this, still expect the enemies to be on the bomb site. Like, yes, we kind of sneaked into the site right now without fighting a single enemy. We can maybe pre-assume that all of the enemies rotated mid or B or whatever the fuck. But the problem is, like, you cannot make that pre-assumption at this skill level. Like, at this skill level, there is a very high chance that there is still one enemy doing this. Like, enemy Clove or whoever started the round holding this angle, crouching with the Ares, waiting for you to push. Like, there is a, you know, a solid 50% of chance that that can happen in you know, in these type of rounds and in these type of lobbies. So, just as you're taking the space, before you focus on some information or taking even more space from the enemy team, like, check every spot. Like, you know, if you're entering the side with a gecko, check this, check below you, check this, check the tower, check the rafters, under the rafters. Then you can get on top of the rafters. Check the screens. Check the CT. Like, you cannot just, you know, take the ropes, drop down, and now focus on the screens. Like, it just, you cannot play Valorant like that when you're playing in low elo. You need to expect everything. You need to expect enemies to be dumb. To do both dumb and, you know, smart plays in the same time. To be honest, like, who the fuck is smart in, like, in that rank?
Spike's ticking. Thanks, little man.
Yeah. I love that you didn't commit to the fight without the dash ability. Very nice. By the way, like, especially when you have high pen weapons, if you end up here and your teammates are fighting the enemies with the screens, you can just try to do this. Like, try to get a kill. Why not? I mean, just look at the minimap. Look at the trajectory of your bullets and where the enemies are standing at that moment. If there is nothing better for you to do, you know, enemies are not close, like, maybe with a few of these bullets we can kill an enemy without even seeing him, or deal some damage. Damage some heavy shields, damage some of the enemy's economy, etc, etc. Anyways, like, there's enormous amount of spammable positions on Icebox with the high pen weapons. Like, this whole wall, for an example. Like, when you dashed away, you could have maybe done this as well, like, to potentially deal some damage onto the enemies. Like, just remember that every damage that you deal in ranked solo queue to the enemy team is good. Like, maybe that's gonna be enough for us to finish off the enemies later with a one tap to the head. Maybe our teammates are gonna finish off the enemies with a Molotov or some shit like that. You never know. The more things you try, the more success you're gonna find.
Dizzy's up top. Someone stopping fire.
Last player standing.
Okay, the guy's behind us. I love this. This is getting better. Like, when we started our journey, like, you were completely unaware of some of these abilities and some of these, like, of your surrounding. This is nice. Just, brother, like, you know, if you end up 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 1, probably the most important thing that you're trying to do is keeping your location a secret. Like, it's all about misdirecting enemies and isolating 1v1 fights. You know, you cannot run like a stampedo, bro, like and give the enemies info that you're gonna engage them from the left side. What you can do here, you know, like, you can maybe use a smoke to cross, try to get on top of the bomb site, try to get some timing for that, or use a fake smoke for the cross, then go around the pipes, try to damage the enemy's economy even more, or maybe even win the game, win the round for your team. You cannot run here. I mean, funny thing is, like, they were not actually they were not even ready for this. For the players with tall hands, try the Basilisk Pro. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy. Listen, Basilisk is a really bad mouse for FPS games. Like, really, really bad mouse. In terms of shape, in terms of weight, no bueno. Like, a very small amount of players will find that mouse actually suitable for them. There's many better options. Like, please do your research. Like, you know, getting a mouse is very important for FPS games, let's be honest. You know? Like, basically, it is your pencil with which you are drawing, essentially. You need to be precise. Like, you will not find the perfect mouse for yourself unless you try at least 3, 4, 5 different shapes. There is no fucking way that the first mouse you buy is the best mouse for you. Like, you need to get very, very lucky. Like, very lucky, if you didn't have any previous experience. But you can also go for some of these safe shapes, like, for example, G Pro X Superlight 2 and the Viper V3 Pro. I mean, these two mouses, like, they're like you're holding a brick in your hands. You don't realize it because you didn't try anything else, but they're very universal. You know, like, Viper V3 Pro and Superlight 2, like, are usually the first two mice that I recommend to the players that don't know what to get or what to buy. Because from these two mouses, you can actually, like, decide what works the best for you. You know, which grip style, which what type of features you prefer on the mouse, etc, etc. Basilisk V3 Pro is just way too niche. Like, you cannot get that shit immediately, you know, like, it forces your hand only into one position. G502 as well. One of the worst mouse that you can use for FPS games. Like, top 10, absolutely. Because it also forces you only into one grip style and one specific aiming style, so to say. Like, it's better to get something generic, to start with that, if you already don't know what to buy, and then slowly work up your way throughout the years. You know, like, for 6 months you can try, like, something generic such as Superlight 2 V3 Pro, then sell that mouse for, like, 20% off, 30% off, and actually figure out, like, you know, so what I don't like on the Superlight, it is way too, the hump is way too up, I don't like that the sides are way too, like, you get the point. You get the point. G502, you know, it has that palm rest, like, it's really hard to tell, like, which mouse is the perfect for you if you start with a G502 or Viper or Basilisk V3 Pro. My head is funky, I like it. I mean, like, if you like something, of course you can stay with it. I'm just, you know, telling you in general, like, well, what will work for most of the players. Is a trackpad banned? Where do you order your mice from? Official websites usually, like, I don't know, like, G-Wolves I'll always order from their website. Pulsar from their website. Ninjutsu from their website. maxgaming.com is where I ordered a lot of them. maxgaming.com is probably, like, the website I use the most to get all of these new picks and releases. if the official website is not selling directly the mouse. Or I cannot get it in my country. Oh, sorry. Okay, full buy round. Let's see this. Speak! Sorry, I don't know why I'm yelling. My neck is anyways like dying. But tell them to do something. You know, in this elo, I was telling you this always. Like, I don't fucking care, you know, what your teammates are doing. Like, I don't care what type of utility you're gonna get. You should not care as well. You're just adapting to them. It doesn't matter. You cannot explain a bronze silver player like what he should do in 20 seconds. But tell them where to go, at least on a macro level. Like, tell them, hey guys, let's try A one more time. It's a bit more unpredictable than going B. The A set, anyways, is easy. Like, there's only Cloven and Jett defending A site. I mean, the last round we entered the A site without anyone on the site. And they're playing super passively, without any aggression, in the main area of the map. Why the fuck in an anti-bonus round we're going through mid on an Icebox without a controller? I mean, without a controller, like when you play Icebox, you like, I mean, this part of the map should not exist to you in the first few rounds. Minimum 3 to 4. Like, we need to test enemies on A, see what we can do about it. Can we do some kind of a fakes? Can we pull them out to rotate on B and figure out something there? And only if the A set is not working, then okay, let's shift our focus on B. If B set is not working, okay, let's default and let's try to search for the picks. But splitting B without a controller, generally going mid without a controller, I don't know, like, it's gonna be interesting. Listen, it really doesn't matter which map you're playing. You can play Dust 2, Overpass, Cobblestone, Icebox. If you have two teammates that are carrying the spike, going through mid, 3 teammates going through mid with a spike, you go with them. Right now, if Gecko and Iso die on mid, this round is over. There's no recovering. I mean, there is, we can recover it, recover the round, but the round becomes like 10 times harder. Like, you cannot, like, bro, you don't know this guy. You don't know this guy, and you're playing in a very low elo. God help us now. And also, like, you know, you're playing Jett. At the end of the day, we can still do brief smokes, you know, like, we can maybe use a smoke to cross this area of the map, then replenish it, go under the tube with the dash ability, like, try to make something up, at least. Plus the ISO wall.
Enemy mid.
I'll take it.
Are we gonna clear the angles ever in this lifetime? Like, listen. So, how should your pathing through the B main area of the map look like? 90% of times. You start in the garage. We jump for the enemies here, clearing this angle and this angle. Then we clear the box and all of this shit. Jump spot again. Check in this position. Check behind the gray. Get up. Check this off angle. Check below you. Check this. Move forward. Take your time. If your teammates are just rushing fast, then just speed up, you know, like, just try to get on top of this box as soon as possible. Check below it, check there, check this, and expect an enemy below you here as well. How did we rush through the B main area of the map without checking the two most common corners where an average low elo player is gonna hide with the Ares? And I actually called it in that last round, to be honest. Like, like, I knew this is gonna happen, bro. This is only silver, bronze, and iron, to be honest. Like, a guy sitting in a corner, crouching with the Ares and in a double crossfire setup with a Bucky. Nah. on Icebox. To be honest, we could have won this round if you actually clear those two corners and, you know. Like I'm telling you, like Icebox is all about pathing, crosshair placement, angle clearing, and raw mechanics. Like, and pacing. Like utility users doesn't matter that much, like, you know. It's all about fighting, refrag game. Like, it's not complicated map, you know? Now Stinger on this map, yeah, I mean, you can try. Why not? Like, anyways, it's like low elo. It should be easy for you to close the gap against the Ares and Bucky. But I don't know, personally, I would never buy a Stinger if I'm going B. Like, if you're going B, like, I don't know, Marshall, Sheriff, like, there's a lot of medium range and long range fights you will fight. But it's really up to you. Depends, like, you know, if you think that enemies are gonna repeat this same shit again, okay. You can even buy a Bucky. And close the gap with them, with the smokes and dash ability.
Fight!
Warwick, but I take my R stronger each... Warwick, but I make my R stronger each purchase to have the strongest ultimate. What the fuck that even means? Are you gonna play the combat with VOD? Yeah. I will. I need to finish this VOD review. Lucas, thank you for the prime sub, man. I saw you, bro. Listen. I see you one more time plugging in your joystick to play Valorant. We end our relationship. To be honest. And you'll need to find another girlfriend. Another femboy. So. Basically. This doesn't never exist to you. Like if you're clearing the B main area of the map, you're going from the garage. Jump spot. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Or, if you're going fully silently, in, out, checking yellow, in, out, checking this, in, out, checking this, in, out, checking this. Like, this. Uber driver from US of A. Your cup keeps changing. No, I have two cups. Like I don't know if you can see it on the. I have this one and I have this one. This one is for water and the other one is for coffee. I don't know how we won this, but okay. Very good that you expected someone to be close. I mean, I hope you expected it. Because whenever you see that enemies like to use one specific pattern or specific way of positioning, like, we need to clear those angles and corners. Fully aware.
Gun here.
For you. Here. Placing sentry.
Dizzy's up. Somebody's there. Dizzy's up.
Placing sentry.
Dizzy's up.
Brother, listen, like, first of all, if you already have a close range weapon and you are executing B site and your teammates just want to send it in, go in. Like, trust me, with a Stinger, you will find a gunfight here that works in your favor easily. Easily. But okay, you know, what is very important when you're clearing the B main area of the map is checking if anyone is behind the yellow and behind this position here. So that's good. You know, it's really good that you took your time to do this, but just, you cannot do this while making a lot of footsteps. Because once again, you're giving enemies idea when you're engaging them, how you're engaging them, and what you're doing at that moment of time. Anyways, your teammates are still not ready to execute the bomb site. You know, they've been chilling behind you. It's okay. Like, what you could have done, what you should have done here. Okay, we killed the Sage. She has Ares. We stay with the Stinger. We check this angle once again, this angle, this angle. Now, enemy smokes go down. Okay, we drop down. Check this position. Walk up to the yellow. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Okay, there's enemy smoke here. How do we enter the smokes? Always sideways, with the shoulder hitting the smoke first. So like this. And we are flicking fast into the smoke so that the tip of the gun is not going in first. And now, okay, you clear the smoke. You know that no one is here. No one is yellow. Enemies can still be in this area. But unfortunately, I mean, there's nothing better that you can do. You have only a Stinger. Your teammates get a contact that enemies are sight. We cannot take this fight with a Stinger. I mean, you can with the ADS and try to maybe hit 2-3 headshots like with a burst fire, which is highly unlikely. But a much better idea if you already have a dash ability and smoke, you just send it. Like just, you know, you can do this. Go into this 90-degree corner, kill this guy. Kill this guy. Use the second smoke, close the gap even more. Destroy the enemies on the site. Now, why the fuck would I go here in this corner? Because while I'm dashing, I can just scout enemies left, scout enemies right, and this smoke gives me the cover to engage them both left and right. Depending on what I want to do. Who I want to fight. And then with the second smoke, we can just cover all SEP. To take a favorable... I mean, it's not really a favorable fight, but a fight that is better than this.
Somebody's there.
And to be honest, you did go into the smoke sideways, but, you know, like... you cannot enter the smoke, you know, just like this. What if the enemy Clove was sitting in this part of the smoke and, you know, she was waiting to fuck you up? You need to flick into the smoke, like, and check the whole smoke, like, bam. Taking this fight was criminal, like. To be honest, like, you know, what is also fine, even if you're smoked off, and you have some kind of a cover, you can jump spot the enemies. You know, do this to get the information. It's fine. It's okay. You will see a lot of the players jump spotting through the smokes to get the info. If you're not certain where you need to go, how to close the gap with the enemies, and where to close the gap with the enemies, just get the info for yourself. Do this. Aha. Clove is backside. Okay. Let's go. Kill that guy. Kill this guy. We can bin chill here. Bin chilling. Wait for our teammates to get a contact with the enemies. Get the info. And then engage enemies again. Generally speaking, like on Icebox, with this team composition, you cannot focus mid and B side this early on. But to be honest, like one good thing in this match is that now you know. Best item player, Wolfstream, thank you for the sub, bro. In this match, at least you know how enemies play on B. You know that Sage and whoever the fuck was in that round, they like to play aggressively. They're playing in a very common and shit positions, in my opinion, without any real setup. We can take some very easy kills in the B main. But still, like, I would try going A. Like, Ooh. Yep.
Good, cuate.
Okay, we talked about this in one of the previous sessions. Like, whenever you see a fast smoke from the enemies, expect enemies to be inside of it. I personally don't know how fast this was. Like, you know, To be honest, like, Tejo did a drone. That is pretty fast, in my opinion. Like, you should expect the enemies playing instead of these type of smokes, always.
Good, cuate.
Yell at your teammates, tell them to clear it. You know? Give them a ghost comm that someone is in the smoke, it doesn't fucking matter, like, just make sure that you survive pathing here. Also, in Icebox, like, if the team play doesn't work for you, you can just focus on killing the enemies that are either way too repetitive, or that like to over-aggress. Like, if enemies on A side are playing the same positions, you can literally pick up the operator and just, you know, shoot them down like birds. And if enemies like to push mid, hold the mid push, kill that guy, that's it. If enemies are if enemies play in a very boring and same way in B main, you can kill them first and then decide what to do with the team next. Now listen, I know that your spike is not moving into the bomb site. And you know, protecting the spike carrier is important. We cannot lose the spike right now. But you always prioritize fighting in areas of the map where you are 100% certain that the fight is gonna happen. Like right now, I personally have no idea if that Reyna is gonna continue the push. You don't know that as well. Like, nobody knows if that Reyna is gonna continue this mid push. But you know, we're 100% certain that there's at least 2 enemies on the A side right now, and your Killjoy is up in the enemy's anal cavity. So I would really like to support this Killjoy before she dies. So right now, you should be on top of the 410, together with the Killjoy, leading the charge, and making sure you can refrag her at any moment of time. For an example here, it would be very good. Maybe, you know, if you went in with a Killjoy, maybe that would also give the confidence to your Sage to move in as well. You know? Like, you should always look at the ranked in that way as well. Like, basically, when you do something, like, you kinda give and subtract the confidence from your teammates. That's why, for example, when you're playing, like, dive agents, such as Raze, Omen, Jett, etc., it's really bad, like, if you make your teammates confident to do, like, retarded plays with your utility.
Spike down.
This is just a waste. You should have a dash ability on top of the 410 because you are overexposed, and we need to have a dash ability to, you know, get the fuck out if, you know, shit hits the fan.
Hacker spawn.
You need to check more angles when you get up on 410, like I told you already. Like, check the screens, check the right side. And also, like, another reason why, you know, this dash is a bit of a problem is as you're taking the ropes, you're also trying to scout for the enemies in the same time. Anyways, like, I don't know why you're going in right now. Like, you know that Reyna is behind you, your Killjoy is already dead, a refrag game is gone. Now we can actually focus on Reyna and, you know, killing this guy, retrieving the spike. You know, the room to fight with the Killjoy is gone.
Spike down. Player standing.
I can respect this, to be honest. Like,
Yikes.
okay, this is actually pretty winnable. Like, you know that Reyna is behind you, and Clove is unknown. So this guy pulled back. I don't know about this, man. Like the problem here is, like, you're way too low HP, and using the ultimate here is a bit of a waste. Like, you're literally one body shot away to die. And with this much HP, using the ultimate while you already have a Vandal to maybe clutch this round is just a waste. Literally just a waste. Like, you need to hit some quick 2 headshots, otherwise we ain't winning this one. Once again, pacing and team play, core problem. Like, you spend way too much time somewhere in the middle doing nothing, while there are some obvious decisions that you can make at that moment of time. Here as well, like, I don't know, I see like 2-3 of my teammates want to go mid. Okay, let's go mid, it's okay. Like, they don't want to listen to me. I only have a Stinger or a Sheriff. Like, I don't know what better to do anyways. But you did realize, based on the previous rounds, that Reyna is super aggressive on mid. Okay, we can maybe kill the Reyna once again with the Marshall. You did realize that Sage likes to play aggressively with Ares and shit weapons in the B main area of the map. Okay, let's try to punish that Sage. Let's try to make something happen. Vrenit, well seen, bro. Vrenit, bro. I don't know, like the main thing that you're looking for on Icebox is punishing the enemy's repetition. It's a very fucked up map in terms of you know, team play at lower levels, because you need to be aware of every off angle, every common position, every aggression, every passive setup, like, and you know, God knows what your teammates are gonna do as well. It's hard to support every single one of your teammates. If enemies are already peeking that bottom, you know, that tube and mid so many times, like, just get that guy out of this world. Like, send him to Afterlife. Listen, if you wanna go A, and you decide to get like a Stinger, Bucky, Spectre, Judge, you need to prioritize this routing. You know, going from above the belt down, and then, like, you know, getting on top of the pipes, and from this position engaging the enemies with the smoke dash ropes. You cannot take this type of fight with a Stinger. That's a suicide. I don't really understand what was the idea with this glide. That was a free kill. I don't know what happened there. I mean, you will answer it anyways.
You will not kill my allies. Healing you. Here. Blocking sight.
Once again, like, same as in the previous rounds, like, you're not ready to support your most aggressive teammates. You need to speed up your pacing. Like, basically on Icebox, like, you're just adjusting your pacing based to what your teammates are doing. In these type of games where team play is impossible, where your teammates don't want to listen, they don't want to cooperate, and that's it. If you already don't want to do some solo punishing onto the enemies.
Last player standing.
Listen, on this range, with a Stinger, you can fight without the ADS. Basically, with a Stinger, when you want to use ADS, when enemies are above 20 meters. So as long as the enemies are in between 0 and 20 meters, you can try to go for a spray. You know, you can commit, or you can go for burst fires, and just try to go for 5-6 bullets. But if enemies are, you know, all the way there, like, of course, like, the only way to kill that guy is with a aim down sight. But on this range, you can just go send it. You know, go for the full spray, crouch down, adjust your recoil, and that's it. Like, you don't need to complicate so much.
Player.
Oh, Bulldog?
They look like us.
Listen, if you're force buying and you have 3,800 credits, fuck the Bulldog. Like, just get a Vandal or Phantom. with a light shield and utility. I mean, the only time when you're getting in the bulldog is when you're playing anti-eco rounds, or you're playing a force by round where you don't have a money for a light shield, phantom, or vandal.
But are they us? I have so many questions.
So you have around, like, I don't know, 3,000. What is that? 3,200 credits. 250. Okay.
We're close. Hit them hard.
I mean, like, you know, if you already know that Reyna likes to peek under the tube, you can just take some kind of an angle like this and just hold the Reyna. You can take this position as well and hold the Reyna's peak. The Bulldog is probably the most optimal force by an anti-eco weapon that you can play on Icebox, because it's really fucking good. You know, one bullet to the head and one to the body, the enemy is dead on any distance. For these long-range maps, like, it's a very versatile weapon, especially because Icebox is not only a long-range map, it's a long-range, medium, and close range. So Bulldog is very, very versatile. But I don't know, like, you need to track a bit more, like, this enemy's repetition. Like, I don't know what the hell is he gonna do now. Well, apparently now he's not gonna do anything because we just stopped the VOD. Just a moment. Madre mia, my voice is cracking, bro.
Hard.
Right there.
Making cover.
This should never happen to you. Like, this is a very common mistake of a lot of low elo players. Like, I don't know, there's a window there. You know, there's a window now. There wasn't window before, but now there's a window. So when you're taking the mid space, you really need to be more methodical and just go 1 inch at a time. If you just want to scoot through this area of the map, like drop a smoke and then, you know, let's maybe updraft and fight the enemies like this. But as a shield is very fucking bad when you're taking a space like this, where the enemies can be on multiple different vertical and horizontal positions. It doesn't do that much, like, especially, like, if Iso just drops it however the fuck he wants. And that's gonna happen quite a lot in these ranks.
Right there.
Making cover.
Like you needed to clear that window. That's it. I don't care that you died from the Jett, from the Clove, but that window needs to be cleared. And also, like, as I said, like, I don't know, going mid without a controller in a team, without actually trying a proper 5-man execute on A and B, is criminal. Like, criminal, bro. Like, in these ranks.
Cool. Stand.
Oh, we got rest.
Your duty is not
Cool. Last player.
This is something that should never happen to you as a Jett player. Like, you do this one more time, our relationship is over. I don't know if you care about it, to be honest. So, you know you're gonna fight the enemies. You know that there's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 enemies right now on mid. You know you're gonna get in a fight. Activate that fucking dash ability. You know? Like, and if you already know that some of the enemies might be here and in the tube, let's use the smoke, you know. Smoke of this. Check the tube first. And now, let's take this fight. Why do you need to fight enemies in 3, 4, 5 different positions? And why do you need to fight them without the dash ability? You're Jett. The whole purpose of this agent is, like, activate dash ability, peek, try to get a kill, reset, get better fight next time.
Last player standing.
Stay safe.
You don't need to focus so much on the Stinger, on this map at least. Like, this is the only map in the queue right now where, you know, Stinger doesn't need to be your primary, you know, hull by weapon. Sheriff, Marshall, totally fine. And Stinger, Bucky, and those type of weapons, like, you buy only when you have a really good idea how you can get one kill and be good for one at least. You know, like, I don't know, for an example, enemies are always playing, like, 2-3 rounds in a row. They're playing here and here. Okay, you know, we can just jump spot the enemies, jiggle pick this, jiggle this, jump spot this, and now just send it with a smoke and try to close the gap with the enemies on some kind of a contact or recon ability. Yo, Squirrel, what's even?
Weapon here.
Okay, I mean, like, we need to destroy that crab, like. So, but that gives us the info. To be honest, like, Tejo always played. Actually, he didn't. So Tejo and Sage are now on B set.
Placing swarm grenade.
Nowhere to run.
Placing swarm grenade.
Go ahead.
Pathing and angle clearing, like, just focus on better pathing and angle clearing and pacing, and that's it. Like, nothing else. Better pathing, angle clearing, pacing, and crosshair placement. I don't fucking care about your utility usage executes at this point on Icebox. I don't care about your team play, to be honest. But these 4 things need to be better. Like, just focus on that when the next time you're playing Icebox on the attacker's side. Mama, you're updrafting on top of the gray crate when we didn't check literally any angle right now. You're fully exposed from the back of the yellow, from the back of the yellow here, from under the gray, like.
Stand your ground.
That's done. My
I have no idea how we survived this, to be honest.
ultimate is ready.
What the fuck? And when you're pathing and taking space with a Stinger, any close range weapon, you should always be in a mindset like, how can I fight the close range fights? Like, okay, as I said, it's fine if you want to clear the yellow for your team. But once you do this, let's just path into the site, you know, we can use a smoke dash to instantly close the gap with the enemies, and we're just chilling, you know. We have a second smoke to additionally close the gap with the enemies. That's it. Like, from this spot, you can fight every close range fight. I mean, you don't even need to go there. Like, we can just plant the spike now, cover the sage, and that's it.
Plant the spike.
Turret out.
Alarm bot.
You see, right now, like, you can just get in the B main. It's totally fine. Anyways, like, we can just play passively this post plant. We play here. You know, we're covering the flank for our team. And if enemies are defusing the spike, there's an easy fight for a Stinger.
Spike planted.
Where are you going, bro? It's 3v2. Our teammates are shit. If we die right now, God help us.
Turret down.
This post and position was criminal. Like, you're exposed from a lot of angles. This is, you know, it's very important. Like, one of the main mistakes of Valorant players is the following. Like, accountability and lack of self-awareness. Like, there's gonna be a lot of the plays that work for you, not because you did something good, but because enemies are completely fucking shit in that specific game. But then the next 3 games you're gonna lose like an imbecile trying to do the same thing that is bad. Why? Only because something worked once for you, that doesn't mean it's a good play in any universe. Like, a good play that works most of the time is good play. A bad play that most of the times doesn't work is a bad play. And it's that simple.
One enemy remaining.
Who could have predicted this?
Gun here.
I did.
The result would have been the same if you played in the way that I've told you, and in the way that you did. But the difference in approach is that my play is much safer and much easier to execute. You don't need to rely on any luck to close out this type of a round.
Every choice matters.
Okay, I mean, you know, considering that we found out that enemies on B side have no fucking idea what they're doing, we can like go B again. I just hope that at some point we're gonna start checking the angles. Also, like, one more tip. Like, even if something makes more sense, like, to do in a ranked match, if your teammates don't know how to do it, it's pointless doing it. Like, if you need teammates to do a specific play, like, for an example, you think A set is easier to be executed, to fuck up the enemies there. Enemies are just stupid there. But if your teammates are equally stupid and equally bad during that execution, then doing that play is just, you know, what the fuck. But once you find that, you know, enemies are somewhere super bad in certain area of the map that you can abuse, while in the same time your teammates are staying alive somehow, you know, and they are actually doing decently in that area of the map, like, sure, you know, we can go B now. I just don't know why the hell we need anyone in mid when enemies on B set are horrible. They have horrible positioning, and yeah, like, just, you know, tell the ISO, like, ISO brother, I kind of need you in B main, like, to fight with me.
Who else?
Okay, listen. Whenever your teammates want to take the space by walking, shifting, you know, like, this is a very common mistake, like, in ranked solo queue. Like, your teammates decide to sneak somewhere, you know, shifting somewhere. As soon as the first guy makes the footstep, mission abortimus. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter, you know, what you're doing, what's the plan. Like, the first guy makes a footstep, we all run. Like, especially if you're in the radius of some enemy, you know, hearing you at that moment of time. Here, like, I don't know why you are sneaking when your Killjoy is literally doing this. Like, she's a Yoru clone.
Up and away.
Alarm bot, plant the spike.
Placing swarm grenade. Wall raid. Placing swarm grenade.
Here.
Once again, pathing and angle clearing, 0 points. Please take a look at the rank playbook for Jett on Icebox. Very important.
Gotcha.
Careful.
Mega importante.
Area is clear.
Right there.
No stresso, no stresso. No need to be depresso. Now, one thing that I really didn't talk about that much, but it is also one more point that is very important on maps such as Icebox and Breeze. When you're taking the space and positioning yourself, you always want to make sure that you're not exposed from more than 2 or 3 angles that you see within your sight. Like, for example, you know, one of the worst spots that you can take on Icebox when you're taking the B site is this position. Like, this position is just a suicide. Like, at that point, you're fully gambling on your raw mechanics, and you're gambling that enemies are worse than you, essentially. And that the RNG of bullets is going to work in your favor as well, in some situations. So, you should never path like this into the B site. You always want to get some kind of a cover, like, basically get in a position where you can isolate, like, 1-2 angles, jiggle pick the other angles, and that's it.
One enemy remaining.
I
mean, like, you're not a Mickey Mouse, brother. We're too fat, bro.
Run, little man. Shot my wingman.
We're too fat for this.
how you survive.
I don't know about this, to be honest. Like, I mean, you know, enemies if enemies are giving you some bomb set for free, just run it down. It's okay. I mean, this is a good change of pacing because you did try executing B set 3 times in a row, and in the 4th round, it's always a good idea to change something. But right now, the best idea would be to fake B and go A, and faking B and going A in this elo and this rank. Well, that's that's not gonna work.
The hunt begins.
Also, when you're going from the belt, always be aware that enemies are much faster than you. They can be in the nest, and they can be in the jail. Right here. So if you're going from the belt, like, always pre-aim this position, you know? And then as you're clearing these angles, also be aware that one enemy can be below you. So you first want to check all of this shit, and then, you know, isolate this guy. And before you take the ropes, like, just briefly check, like, if maybe a gun is sticking out from an idiot or something, I don't know, like, hopefully your teammates are gonna check one of these angles sometimes. Especially if enemies do a smoke based on nothing. Expect them to play around that smoke. Like right now, you should literally expect an enemy in the smoke with a shotgun and enemies in this type of a crossfire. So, we cannot take the ropes. Very, very good that you didn't take the ropes. Like, you know, if you took the ropes, like, there, alone, and that would be a suicide.
I'm blocking sight. You're falling.
Who are you fighting, bro? My guy is fighting demons. Well, I have a question. What to do when my teammates on one side dies before I rotate from the other side? Nothing. Just predict better where the enemies are gonna go. Like basically in ranked solo queue, you're always positioning yourself based on where you think what the enemies will do next. That's why the preparation phase is half of your job in every single round on a defender's side. Like there's a very specific set of rules that we follow on defense to position ourselves like on defender's side. If you're not able to predict 70 or 80% of times where the enemies are gonna go, you're not gonna have a fun time. Like basically, either you're autopiloting or you just don't know how to play on defense properly on a specific map. So yeah. Belt is ballsy. What? Papito getting sentimental. Hola. Okay, we read that message for a moment. I felt like I'm watching a YouTube VOD, not live. Shut the fuck up, Subspot. Shut the fuck up, bro. I mean, okay, listen. Like, I agree that we should take care of our backs. I love that you're aware that enemies like to lurk and flank behind us, and this is a good play. But the problem is, like, there's a tejo in your teammate's face at the backside. You didn't really hear the enemies behind you at all, or got the info that enemies are pushing from behind. Like, you need to focus on that frontal information, essentially. Like, you know, tejo is behind the wall. Let's kill the tejo first, and then we worry about what's behind us. He's super close. We can just take that fight immediately. How much could 4 Radiants carry an Iron, like Ascendant or Immortal? Probably up to Radiant. In a 5 stack.
Last player standing.
It is possible.
Down A.
But brother, like, you had one job. Like, you literally had one job. And that job was to kill. To kill, like, these guys. You heard the enemy on the right side. Why you didn't kill that guy, bro?
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Oh my god. She saw us on the minimap. Dash ability.
Dream big, make it happen.
Here.
Okay, listen, man. Like, I know what you're trying to do right now. You know, but there's only 2 rounds until the end of this match. You have 7,500 credits. Even if you're gonna use the ultimate this round, just buy a Vandal with a heavy shield. You don't need to play with a Sheriff, bro. Just buy some good weapon. Like, it's okay, bro. Like, you know, when you have such an excessive amount of credits at the end of the match, like, we're not saving our economy for anything. How far could 4 irons derank a Radiant?
Placing alarm bot.
You know, if you waste these 5 knives and just, you know, you don't kill anyone, but we still have a Phantom and Vandal, like, instead of a Sheriff.
Show me a target.
Look, brother, whenever he goes to the B-main area of the map, my heart stops for a second, literally, like.
Enemy B.
You need to path faster, and with your most aggressive teammates. Like what is also totally fine. Like if your teammates are this fast, like basically, your allies are just pressing W key and doing this. When you get up here on the gray box, just do this. Check the yellow, and from this position with the ultimate, support your teammates. But just make sure that you're always hugging the edge of the yellow, so that you can drop down if something bad happens to you. Your teammates want to move forward. Okay, brief smoke. Let's move forward. We can take the ropes, get up. You know, like, you need to speed up a bit. Like, you cannot path every round like this, because you're losing the timing to actually fight with that Iso, Gecko, whoever the fuck is over-aggressing this line. Like, you're just useless here. And I just don't understand, like, why would you only buy Sheriff and use the ultimate in this round? Why is the screen so small? I like small things.
Dizzy's up top.
You see here, like, you're losing a lot of timing because you're walking. Enemies know that we are pushing. Like, well, just ask yourself, like, if you're in the enemy team, does it even matter if you hear right now 2 or 3 footsteps or 5? It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you cannot really distinct, theoretically speaking, like, if there's like 4 or 5 enemies pushing right now, or 3 or 4. What is the difference in the footsteps? Like, what are you, some kind of a sonar animal, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you keeping, like, why are you shifting right now? Before your teammates make some kind of a mistake, before they over-aggress this line, let's use this timing to check the yellow, clear it, and be ready to scoot in once our teammates decide to fight like animals.
Wall raised. Here.
Listen, like, you can dodge these type of abilities, like, when they're going through the smokes. Like, every single recon ability has the same line of sight and same vision as a regular player. So basically, as that ability is hitting the smoke, and it is on the edge of the smoke, like here, that ability doesn't see anything within the smoke. Like, you can use that timing to essentially dodge it. So as the drone dog, fade dog, is hitting the smoke, you want to use that timing to either to get out of the smoke. and then back in again, or engage the enemies, whatever. Like, you can always, like, you know, that's the main mechanic you're using with Omen when you're using the cubby position smokes and trying to fuck up enemies with the shotguns. It takes some time and practice, but you should at least think about all of these topics. You should not be unaware of it.
Reloading.
Thanks, little man.
Alarm bot.
It's okay that you took this fight, but what is not okay is how much you committed to the fight. We talked about this. Like, basically, when you have a Jett dash ability, you only stay in a fight that works in your favor, or that you know 100% that you're gonna win. Otherwise, like, as soon as you see that bullets are going left and right, as soon as you see that, you know, your crosshair is not ready for the fight at all, reset yourself, get out, and then let's take some better fight together with our teammates, or let's create some better fight for ourselves with better positioning and stuff like that. This was horrible. Like, it's okay that you peeked. You know,
Reloading.
Thanks, little man.
Alarm bot.
here, you know, I will probably pre-aim the clove that is on the bomb site and try to kill the clove. But as soon as you notice that, you know, your bullets are going to Jesus Christ, the fight is starting to look iffy, get out, reset yourself. Your Iso has the ultimate, Sage has the ultimate, we have Killjoy Molotovs, Gecko Molotovs. The round is over. Well, the round is over in the favor of the enemy team. Okay, we're gonna continue. We plashed my brother. We're gonna continue, like, our talk through the private messages. I'm not gonna bother the YouTube guys anymore. You know what to do. I mean, like, we'll talk through the private messages anyways, and then wrap this up. Second, YouTube, this was just a short VOD review. Like, I just wanted, you know, I don't, what the fuck am I even explaining? What is this for? Like, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, join my Discord server for coaching, and yeah, that's basically it. Like, see ya in the actual VOD reviews in the future.